At dawn, Interstate 75 was a ribbon of asphalt, stretching through the heart of Kentucky. The early morning light bathed the landscape in a golden hue, promising a peaceful day, but peace was fleeting on this fateful Sunday. Drivers cruising down the highway were startled out of their morning reverie when gunshots suddenly rang out. Panic spread swiftly among the travelers as cars veered off the road, and people ducked for cover. Jason, a delivery driver for a local courier service, had been sipping his steaming coffee when he heard the first shot. He hit the brakes, his hands trembling on the steering wheel, eyes scanning the horizon for the source of the chaos. Just ahead, Sarah, a school teacher on her way to visit her parents, gripped her cell phone tightly, heart pounding as she tried to call 911. Her hands were shaking so hard, she had to try twice before she could dial the number correctly. Meanwhile, Mark, a retired police officer, instinctively pulled over and reached for the pistol he kept in his glove compartment. For years, he had hoped never to need it again. He had planned to spend his retirement in peace, fishing and gardening, but old habits die hard. Emerging from his car, he crouched behind the wheel and assessed the scene, his law enforcement training kicking in automatically as he scanned for signs of a shooter. The chaos on the interstate was palpable. Drivers abandoned their cars, running for safety, while the police sirens finally wailed in the distance. Mark saw a glint of metal up on an overpass, the sun reflecting off what could only be a rifle. His eyes narrowed as he pinpointed the location, heart thudding in his chest. He knew the police were on the way, but every second counted. With a swift, calculated move, Mark crossed to the opposite side of the highway, using abandoned vehicles as cover. Sarah, noticing him out of the corner of her eye, felt a surge of hope and fear. She managed to tell the 911 operator about the man with the gun, praying it would help. Just then, the gunfire paused. Mark took his chance. He aimed carefully and fired a warning shot at the overpass. The response was immediate. The distant figure flinched and ducked. Sirens grew louder, and police vehicles flooded the scene, lights flashing. Officers, armed and wearing bulletproof vests, spread out, taking strategic positions. Within minutes, the shooter was apprehended, his motives still a mystery. But for Jason, Sarah, Mark, and everyone on Interstate 75, the morning had become an unforgettable ordeal. The police investigation would reveal more in time, but for now, a tense calm settled over the highway as the dawn gave way to full daylight. Peace, however fragile, was restored.